Morning guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. I did put this out there on a community post. A lot of people always ask about this HA Vauxhall Viva in the comment section, and I put it out there on a community post on Saturday because there was so much interested in it. Shall we do a will it run video? And the feedback from that was absolutely unbelievable. We had over 1,000 thumbs up and well over 100 comments of people saying absolutely we'd like to see this. So a little bit of background history on this car and why it's here, the same as we do with every car that's here. This was Chris's late father's car. Well, it was actually a parts car for one that he was repairing, so it has got various bits and pieces missing, but today we are going to try and get it running for you guys. There's quite a few parts missing off the engine, points, condenser, the dizzy cap is there, but there's no leads. We did take the plugs out of it on Saturday. As soon as I started hearing back from you, no, it was yesterday, wasn't it? We popped down yesterday, whipped the plugs out. That was a Sunday, and we filled all the cylinders up with some oil. I'm just going to move around here, guys. This is quite a lot of the parts that we've found. We've been like literally scrounging around finding the parts, but these parts are in here, and we're quietly confident that we're going to be able to rustle up enough parts. You've looked in there, Chris, haven't you? There's no points or rotor arm. What else have we got missing under here? There's quite a lot missing, isn't there? The ignition thing there's not connected up, is it?
We've got the dynamos missing. Yeah. The starter solenoid is disconnected.
Coil's missing as well, isn't it?
Missing. We are going to probably put a battery on it first, see if we can get the starter to turn. Because if the starter don't turn, we're not going to have a lot of joy.
No. But
if that works, we test the petrol pump, because we haven't got a spare. So we test the petrol pump. If that works as well, we've got half a chance. We've got enough bits. We should be able to get it to go.
Righto. So should we run around, rustle up everything we need, have a look through there, see what we've got, and then see what we do need. But this is one of the things, guys, we have just took the bolts out of there, and you can see the thermostat is absolutely rotten and stuck in there. So we're going to have to get that out, Chris, aren't we? Yeah. And just do away with it. Put a gasket on there. But, well, I'll be back shortly, guys. We're going to see if this is free now. We've put oil in it. See how we get along with it. So thankfully for us, guys, we've got the battery off of the S-Type Jag. So Chris has just chucked that on there, and he's just turning it over, and it is spinning over by hand, and it has spat a bit of that oil that he's spitting out now, Chris. It is spitting that out. So the engine is free. He's now going to run a live down to the starter and see if it will spin over with the with the jump lead there. Can you get down there with that? Do you need me to earth that anywhere?
You ready?
Yep. Oh yes. Yeah, it spins over.
That's good enough.
So we're going to pull this battery out. Excuse me, sorry. We're going to pull the battery out, connect up everything down here that's not connected, get some points in there, try and get a spark, and then we'll come back. I did start doing a bit of time lapse there, guys, but to be fair, you can't really see everything on time lapse. I've got my new phone all propped up here on the tripod on the wing, so hopefully it don't break. But as you would have seen, I've just pulled that thermostat out, and look at the state of it. I mean, Chris said earlier, this has been here a good 19 years, so it could be more. I've just pulled that out of the hole. I'm just going to have a look, see if that's at a good enough angle. You should be able to see, yeah. If you watch here, guys, the thermostat housing, I've just filled the watering can up. I want to try and pump out all that hard muck that's in there. You see it now, just starting to come out. Years and years of corrosion in there. Very, very thick, horrible. it has started running clear already, but you can feel there's heaps and heaps of stuff in there. There's not really high enough pressure pouring that water in, but as there's no thermostat in there now, it hasn't got to circulate for a thermostat, so it should be okay. I'm just going to try and force that through there a little bit faster if I can. And that seems to be the majority of it out of there. Chris has just put the plugs back in it. We've rigged this water pipe up. There's no heat exchange or anything like that. It's all been disconnected. So we've literally just rigged it up to run back on itself, just to keep the engine cool if we can get it going. And he's now just gone to make up a piece of wiring so that we haven't got to use the keys or the ignition system for the car. He's actually going to make one under the bonnet. He just said put a switch on it, so we've got one for ignition and the other one as a start button. So I'm just going to go and try and find a gasket of some description to put on here, because as you can see, that is absolutely knackered. And we'll just try and get this watertight so that if it starts up, or no, I should be saying when it starts up, there's no water leaking out of there and we can leave it running for a period of time. So guys, Chris has just found a gasket, I believe, just scraping all the rest of it off. I know quite a lot of you are thinking that I'm not doing nothing and I'm sitting here watching Chris do all the work, but I would say at least 50% of the comments, people say, Rob, we want to see more, we want to see more. So to be fair, it is only a tiny little engine bay, and I'm sure Chris don't mind me just doing the filming while he messes around doing this. But yeah, we'll get that cleaned up, guys. We'll get a gasket on. There's no need to show you a gasket. You've all seen one before. And we'll get that sealed up and I'll come straight back. Chris managed to find a gasket in his older toolbox. We're just going to put a bit of sealing around there as well, just to stop any little leaks at all. We get that bolted on. What we're going on to next, Chris? Points.
We're going to test the petrol pump.
Oh, the petrol. We'll be moving on to the petrol pump, and I'll be back when we're doing that, and then so on and so forth. I'll just keep coming back in and out like I did in the old videos, just showing you how far along we're getting on with it and how far we got with it. So that is now, yes please Chris, that is now all buttoned up, guys. What we have decided is putting fuel in that tank. We think it's going to be a waste of time. It's going to be very, very rusty. So Chris has just been and took the fuel tank off of his petrol compressor, and we're actually going to use that fuel tank and fuel line to run the car. We get that propped up there, guys. We get that connected up and I'll come straight back. So as you can see, guys, we have connected up that fuel tank. We've opened it up. Chris spun it over by hand and we're getting some bubbles, but he's just putting the battery back on. We're going to spin it over and see if we've got fuel pressure there.
Give it a go.
Yeah, mate, go on, go ahead. Yeah, that's working. Right, so now, guys, we've got water, we've got fuel. We're going to start moving on to the spark. And we know water's not important, but that is all finished. We're going to top it up with water. We've got to make up a bit of a fuel line to connect up the fuel line there with the pump and turn that tap off. It's still pumping out. Will that stop? Yeah, that'll stop. And then we'll be moving on to the points condenser and the electrical side of it. We are really, really getting involved here for you guys. I hope you do enjoy this video. I was going to time lapse this, guys, but Chris said some people would find it really interesting. It is way before my time points. I know some of you don't believe that, but I wouldn't have a clue how to set the points up. So Chris is going to do that now, and I thought I'd video it. I know you can't see like exactly what's going on, but we are outside, and it, like I said earlier, it is a very small under the bonnet here. So they just sit on there, Chris, do they?
So what we've got to do is turn that round so it's on the highest point on that lobe on the cam.
don't know if you can see that there, guys. Let's get a bit closer.
Right, we're right open now.
I can see there's a gap between them.
Yeah, it's the square on the there's 4 squares.
4 sides to it, yeah.
And when it's on the highest point, the points are open.
Right, and that's feeler gauge you got there, is it?
Yeah, 20,000. That's too big, that gap. So we've got to undo the clamp just slightly. And we can get a screwdriver in there, depending which way you got to go. We can just lever that base plate. It'll be in that side. It should just. There it goes. I opened that too much. It just moves it. You just got to get the feeler gauge just dragging on it.
So that's just pinching.
Just pinching it. It's too much. Too tight. Go in there.
It's quite a snug fit now, is it? Or does it have to be?
Yeah, it's just got. That feels nice, that.
And then you nip up the screw and that holds it in place.
That's it.
So that's how you set the points up, guys. You learn something new every day. That's the first time I've ever actually took the time to watch it being done. And I'd be quite confident in doing that myself now. So we need to rustle up a coil, some leads. Right, let's go and steal that off of something else then. I'll be back shortly, guys. Again, guys, I don't know, but Chris has just come up with an idea. So we've put the coil on.
Yep, we're just going to test that.
He's going to test the...
hot wire it.
He's hot wiring the coil to the points.
Just straight to the battery.
Oh, straight to the battery.
Yep.
To see if the points are sparking.
Now we have to put the points fully shut or closed.
So you can see, guys, he's put the wire on there. He's got the live on the battery.
And then we just flick it over and hopefully we get a spark. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
So we've got spark. We've got fuel.
Yep.
This is going to run, Chris, isn't it?
We might have to take the rocker cover off and just check, see if we've got any valves stuck.
Yeah. Are we doing that before we're trying it?
No. We might try it first.
So we need a rotor arm.
Yeah,
and we've got the distributor cap, haven't we?
Yeah, and sort some leads
out. Some leads out. I'll be back shortly, guys. We're getting closer. So we found a rotor arm, guys. Chris has just timed it up. Got it at number 1. We've got the cap. We're going to get that fitted on. And we have just found some leads. And Chris is going to need to go through and pop those on. And then we are actually going to try and fire it up without taking the rocker cover off. And if it doesn't start, then we will have to go in there and do a bit of investigating. I'll be back shortly. So guys, Chris is going to put the leads on and he's going to put them on in the firing order, and he's going to shout it out in the background so that you all know what the firing order is and what way round the leads do go.
Right, so we've gone up on the engine mark.
Yep.
On the timing mark on the front pulley. Rotor arm's pointing that one, so that's number 1. So we'll put him in there. That goes round to number 1. Then it's number 3, because it's 1342 firing order.
1342 firing order.
We try.
So 3, that would be that back one there.
Number 3.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
It's anti-clockwise rotation. So we try that one now. Full reach. Go number 3. Next one will be number 4. And then finally number 2.
If you do enjoy this video, guys, please give us a like and let us know what you think in the comment section. We really do appreciate it, and we'd possibly do some more videos like this if it's a hit. If it's not, you know, it's just not worth doing. But quite a lot of you have always asked about this car, and it'll be really nice to hear it run as well. Did you originally drive this car into the yard, Chris?
Dad did, I think.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
And when he bought it, was it an MOT failure or a...
I can't remember.
You can't remember, a long time ago.
Yeah. It's probably Might even be 29 years, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That
a
long?
long time.
Right guys, so that's all done. Chris has cleaned up this down here. The starter solenoid is not working, so he has just gone off to find another one. This is all cleaned up, ready to go. We'll get that bolted on there, and then he's going to make up a bit of a loom so that we can start the car from here with a button. Guys, Chris has just found this, and would you believe that's off of a
Electric hydraulic power pack.
So it's not even for a car, but
That's all we got.
Yeah, it's all we got, and we're going to make it work. So guys, we're moments away from starting this up. We're just about to put the battery in. Chris has bolted down the solenoid, wired up a start button for the engine, and then a switch for the ignition. So we are pretty much ready to go. So guys, just got the battery on there. Chris is gonna
wang it over.
Yeah, wang it over, mate. Sounds all right, doesn't it?
Sounds good. No fuel there.
No fuel yet.
We'll take that off.
Yeah, sorry guys, I have to keep cutting in and out because we're already up to about 17 minutes on the video, and obviously I do want to get this uploaded tonight. My internet indoors is not brilliant, so it does take quite a while, but we had no fuel in the carb, so Chris is going to spin it over and see if we can... Oh, there, it's coming out now. So we've now got fuel, we've got spark, we've got compression. We're pretty much ready to fire this up, Chris, are we?
Fingers crossed.
Right guys, we're just going to dry up this bit of petrol that's just spilled over it. I'll be straight back and we're going to start spinning this over, and we are going to get this running. So we are ready guys. Chris has just asked me to come in and pull the choke cable out. Has that gone out, Chris? It's a bit stiff.
Yeah, that's all right.
So here we go guys.
Sure, that's getting fuel. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh!
There it goes.
She's a runner.
That's unbelievable. Isn't it?
That is absolutely... It sounds really nice. We've got all water seeping out here. Where's that coming from?
Oh, it's coming out of that housing.
The housing's cracked. Yeah. You can see it there.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Shall I turn that choke off yet? Or... Sounds lovely.
Amazing, isn't it?
Doesn't it sound quiet? Yeah, we've got a bit of smoke. I can't believe that, guys. 19 years. Sounds lovely.
Stick the air cleaner on.
We'll get the air cleaner on it, guys, and we get that fired up again. Guys, I absolutely can't believe that, and even Chris was quite shocked. After 19 years. And that's on its own.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shall I push that button again?
Yeah, go for it.
Or honestly, cannot believe that.
Just go and push the choke in a bit.
Yep.
Pull it out. It needs to warm up a bit.
Yep. Guys, we are just going to tinker around, get it a little bit warmed up, and then we'll come back once it's running on its own and we can get the choke off. But as you can see in the background there, there's quite a lot of smoke coming out of it at the moment. That's obviously all the oil that we put in the cylinders. So it's all running, it's ticking over fine, guys, but revving it up it's cutting in and out. It is missing and messing around. We went to the scrapyard and we've actually chucked a couple of tyres on it. And Chris is now, we have bashed the hubs and we freed them off. So Chris is going to try and pull it out of that gap. You ready, mate? Sorry guys, Chris stalled it there, so we decided to take the bonnet off and he's going to give it a go. Try not to stall it. So it runs and drives. We think it is probably the fuel pump on it. It's obviously weak. Guys, we have really enjoyed doing this. It has been great fun, and I do hope that you do enjoy it. Let us know in the comment section, please, what you think of the video. The thing is, now that we have done this, we don't actually know what we're going to do with it. We didn't have any plans. And by you guys going on at me about getting it running, all we've got now is a gap that we're going to need to clean out. So don't forget to go on Instagram, Salvage Rebuilds. You'll see a little sneak peek of us working on this today. Guys, it has been really good doing this video. We've enjoyed doing it. We expected it to take us a lot longer, but it's so simple to work on. And once we knew that engine was free, I think we was pretty convinced, Chris, wasn't we? We was getting this running. Yeah. We weren't going to go in today until we got it running. We didn't want to let none of you down. And the reaction to that community post was absolutely unreal. I just don't know what we're going to do with it now. Probably put the bonnet back on and leave it for forget about it again. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We do things like this all the time, especially when you viewers keep asking us to do it. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.